I'm Kevin Coleman with the Santa Post, and we have the continuing saga of Floral Hills Cemetery down in, which township is it? Huntington?
Huntington Township,
All right.
here in Ross County.
Please introduce yourself, and I've spoken to you a few times, but tell us what the current situation is.
Well, I'm Dave Robertson. I'm the creator of the Clean Up Floral Hills Memory Gardens here in Ross County. After my mom died back in 2013, and I started mowing it and has been trying to mow and maintain ever since. We finally ran into problems 3 years ago when they were trying to move the case forward. So we're finally about there where Huntington Township has agreed through all of my research and everything that they do have to take it like we always said for over the past decade. But I think it's through the courts and that far enough, so we're doing really good on that. Our problem is the two trusts that a lot of people think was gone are still there, and according to the lawyer representing the trust, hasn't been touched since 2012. The problem we're running into now is I just did a record request, and this is just what has been filed through the courts since December 20th of last year. Every single page in there is only referencing the attorney representing Huntington Bank, which is in charge of the two trusts for this cemetery, is wanting over $54,677 worth of legal fees out of the two funds, which through my research and from what I can see is not even legally to be done, because it would bankrupt one trust, the Perpetual Care Trust. They called it endowment care, but in order to do what I'm doing, and then they was going to wait until they had access to the pre-need trust, which is what you've actually paid for caskets, stones, physical items, and they want the rest of their money out of that once Huntington Township takes over. In my opinion, I think it's completely illegal, and I don't know. And I can't understand. I tried to contact Huntington Bank, had no luck. I did, and then they said, no, we're not going to talk to you anymore. But why a multi-billion-dollar company wants to take $54,677.07, 644, somewhere around it, anywhere over $54,000 in attorney fees, when I can prove their attorney did nothing, and I can actually show you in court documents that actually delayed where we are now. So it just makes a lot of sense, or no sense at all to me why. And I think if the people knew running the show, they wouldn't do that. But while it's happening, I'm not sure, because this would be hugely detrimental to the cemetery itself, because this is the money that would go directly to Huntington Township so they can improve, mow, maintain, fix the buildings, everything they want to do. You want to take right off the bat $54,000 plus away from that for attorney fees that did nothing. There was no threat to these trusts until this attorney got involved.
Okay, so the struggle continues, but you did.
It does.
There was a court case that did come out positive.
Well, over the past year, because I got this reopened in March of last year. So we finally have convinced through months and months of, is it a private cemetery, is it this, is it? So we finally got the courts to agree that it's a public cemetery in Huntington Township, by law has to take it over. So our problem now, and since December of last year, has been if Huntington Bank's lawyer is going to get any money from this, where everybody else has conceded, when it goes to when you buy an auction, or in this case, where it automatically gets transferred to a municipal or government agency, i.e. the township, all of the holds, the liens, everything goes away. But they're claiming they're owed this attorney fees because they're the administrator of the trust. So they can hire attorneys to protect the trust. But the only danger to the trust is the attorney trying to protect nothing, that nobody ever tried to go after that money. So It's a null point, and I'll have a lot more information. I just got approval for the courthouse steps for this Thursday, the 21st of March, 2024, 4:30 to 7 p.m. And then I'll be able to answer everybody's question with the information I have, instead of what I've been told and what anybody else that tries to get information. Well, you got to be a lawyer. Get a lawyer. You can't get any answers. I'm here to give the people answers at 4:30 on the courthouse steps here in Ross County to North Paint on March 21st, Thursday, 4:30 to 7.
All right, so you're going to be there to answer questions.
Answer anybody's question. You don't need a lawyer to come to this meeting, and we'll answer the questions, and I'll give it to the best I can. I'm not a lawyer, but I have all of the legal filings to the clerk of court, so we can just go one by one if you want, and we can answer and look at every single thing. But I got it all condensed down to where it makes a lot more sense to the regular person on what's actually really going on.
Will anyone be joining you to help answer questions?
Yes.
So still in a large degree sort of one man's crusade here.
We're gonna, one, you gotta be a vet. Nobody cares about vets. Why Ross County don't care about vets, I don't know. Why nobody cares about people that are buried there, I don't know. I guess they're not taxpayers. You don't get no income from them. Now they're a liability instead of an asset. I don't know, but that's not going to happen. When we started cleaning up Floral Hills Memory Gardens over a decade ago, we promised we'd fix this, and we'd stick to it till we did. You got to do what you got to do. Nobody else is fighting for us. We're going to fight for them.
So do you still have your Facebook page?
Still got the Facebook page, trying to post as much as we can. This last year has been a lot of lower posts because it takes a long time to go through all this and find out all of the legal maneuverings and everything that's on paper and everything else.
So what is the name of the page?
Clean Up Floral Hills Memory Gardens.
Okay. And can you give me your name again?
David Robertson.
And this is for the cemetery that the owner pretty much abandoned on US 23 South. Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully you can, people will want answers we'll get answers on Thursday.
Anything you want, we'll answer it to the best we can.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.